Hi, welcome to TorontoTV. I'm the host for tonight, Eric Lau. Thanks for joining in. For tonight's topic, we're gonna talk a little bit about actually a little bit more about a career in accounting, which is my background. For some of you who might recall from our previous episodes, my background, actually started my career in accounting, did public practice with Ernst& Young, and then got my chartered accounting designation from there onward. We're going to spend a little bit of time just to talk about some of the different types of areas within the accounting fields, and hopefully trying to provide some value advice for those who would be interested in pursuing a career in accounting. So for the topics for tonight, we're going to talk about the for someone who wants to pursue a career in accounting, and also the different type of areas that I guess accounting professional can pursue, such as public practice or the which follows to the next area, industry accountings. And lastly, I'm going to talk about some of the different types of Canadian accounting destinations, which is quite important, especially in today's job environment, where a destination is almost paramount as to one's progression within the career progression within either an organization or within public practice. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well tonight. So let's talk about a career in accounting. Some of you might question, like, how do I get into accounting, or like what type of training courses that I need to take, what type of requirements that I need to do to really kind of get a job within accounting. So let's begin with the educational requirements. Most accounting profession would require some sort of post-secondary education. Ideally, it would be more of a bachelor degree, a degree or a diploma from a college. So usually, people that start out their career will probably have some sort of education within either with a university or a college, and also there would be some additional requirements if you were to pursue with an accounting destination, let's say a charter accounting destination or a certified general accounting destination or a CMA. There would be additional courses that would be required before you can go into that type of streams to pursue those destinations. And a lot of colleges and university would provide that. For CGA, I know there's a lot of courses within Ryerson and also Seneca would be some example where you can take some of those courses in that institution to pursue your accounting designation. The other items that I would like to talk about is the accounting streams that some of you might be interested to pursue. As noted earlier, my career, I actually started within public accounting. So what exactly is public accounting? So public accountings are basically accounting firms that provides anywhere from tax services to compilation of what some might be more familiar, bookkeeping services, and also to assurance attestation. And my apologies for using some of the terms that some may not be too familiar with. Essentially, what assurance attestation is, a lot of companies that are publicly listed would require to file annual financial statements yearly, and they need an external auditing firm or accounting firm to basically give an assurance that the company's financial statement are stated correctly. So a lot of the accounting firms, as part of the services, what they do is they go in on an annual basis to a company and conduct a number of tests to ensure that the financials, the numbers stated in the financial statements are stated correctly, and there's no material misstatement. So that's a core service a lot of accounting firms do provide, is that assurance attestation. And the other areas are the tax services and some sort of business advisory, depending on the scale and of that accounting firm. A lot of the assurance and business advisory work would be provided by a medium-sized to a larger Big Four accounting firm. Some of the more smaller accounting firm will probably provide services such as tax and compilation of bookkeeping services or review engagement, that sort of things. The second areas that typical, I guess, accounting professional would pursue is within industry accounting. What I mean by industry accounting is basically accounting professionals that work within an organization. There's actually a number of positions or different fields and area within industry where an accounting can pursue, and I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth in that area shortly. And the third area is government. Government, there's a lot of hiring of designated accountants, either CA, CMA, CGAs, in a lot of different areas. Quite similar to industry, there's a lot of different departments within government that would require an accountant. So so from auditors to financial reporting individuals to any planning and forecast type of individual, quite similar to the industry, but it's just that it is within the government sector, and some of the accounting regulation is a little bit different for government reporting. So in that aspect, we probably won't focus too much on the government aspect. I'm going to rely on more of my expertise and my knowledge, which is more in the public accounting area and also in the industry accounting sector. So the next area that I will be talking about again is the more in depth within public accounting. So I'm gonna go with in terms of the progress within a career progression within public accounting. So typically, a public accounting firm would hire someone with a university degree. There would be some individual do have a diploma, but to be honest with you, it's best if you do pursue a university degree as a starting point when you consider a career within public accounting. So I'm going to talk about some of the requirements for getting into public accounting. There's going to be an internship period. Usually, it's more of a training period, depending on your specific role and your firm. There's going to be a period where you will be there trained and expected to get your accounting designation. Most public accounting firm, their preference would be a charter accountant designation. So there's going to be a 30 months requirements to obtain in terms of work experience to obtain the CA designation, and you need to accumulate a certain hours within each facet within this type of work experience. So you would need to accumulate about 1,500 hours with auditing, and there's 200 hours in tax, etc., etc. And once you get your accounting designation, by that time, you'll probably be considered more of at a senior level and close to being a manager within the public accounting firm. And the learning doesn't stop there. Being a designated accountant, you would be required to have a continued education type of requirement, which they call a CPE. So it's more of a continuing professional education that you would be required to do every year to maintain your professional designation. And from there onward, a typical firm would have you start out as a junior accountant or junior associate, depending on how they term it, and you'll move up to associate, senior associate, manager, senior manager, and then you will become either a principal or some firm term it associate partner, or become a full-fledged partner. So that's usually the typical kind of hierarchy within a public accounting firm. Next, I'm going to talk about industry accounting. So what's industry accounting? So industry accounting, again, it's basically working within an organization. So the different areas within finance and accounting within the organization are the four main areas. The financial reporting role, there's the forecast planning analysis areas, also corporate accounting and internal audit and compliance. So in terms of financial reporting, essentially these are this is the group where is responsible for the complete financial statements of a company, mostly within a public listed corporation. So what they would be responsible for is consolidate all the financial data and to produce the financial statements or annual reports for the quarterly disclosure as well as the annual disclosure. So that's a very important area. A lot of people within this group would have a very strong technical gap accounting expertise. So a lot of people that migrate to this area would probably be from public practice that knows a lot of the generally accepted accounting principle. So that would be a key area. And the other So the other area, the forecast planning analysis, that's an area where the department is responsible for the forecast, the projections, and also the budget for the company on a go-forward basis. So it's a little bit different from financial reporting. There's a lot of going to be estimates and what they call like projections in terms of foreseeing what the company will do in the next quarter or next year, etc., and to plan appropriately with the right budget. So they work hand in hand with a lot of operational people and also sometimes with the financial reporting group. The other areas is corporate accounting, which is the core basic in terms of journal entries, the day-to-day accumulating what the transactional numbers that adds up to the financial statements for a company. So this would be more of a hands-on and transactional areas within the organization. And a lot of, people that would start the career directly with an organization will probably join in this group within the corporate accounting group as a junior accountant, doing the journal entries and some of the some of the reconciliation and etc. And lastly, the internal audit area. A lot of large organization would have the internal audit group. So it's usually a group that is responsible to not look at just financial data within the organization, but also efficiency from an operational perspective, as well as any regulatory requirements. So essentially, it's more of like an external auditor, but in-house. So it's mostly larger organization would have an internal audit department within their own company. So let's talk about career progression within a company for accounting professional. So essentially, when you start out with a corporation in the accounting department, you either start as a junior accountant or some department will term it analyst, and you move up to a manager. Some corporation may have a senior manager in between, and there's going to be a director title, and then and also VP and CFO, depending on the size of the organization. And usually career progression up to the manager level would be anywhere between 5 to 8 years, and also to director about 10 to 12. And in terms of reaching the VP level and CFO, it all depends on the individual. To be honest with you and realistically, not a lot of people would reach to that stage. A lot of accounting professionals usually would end at that director level, because there's obviously a lot of factor that comes into play, and also being a VP is not as glamorous as some of you may think. So there's going to be a lot of commitment and a lot of trade-off and sacrifices and time commitment to the corporation to make at that level within the organization. So I'm going to talk about some of the accounting designation within Canada. As noted, I myself is a chartered accountant. So basically, the requirements to get the CA, there's going to be some basic requirements to get into the chartered accounting designation accounting program. So those courses are mostly offered in any university, or mostly actually is only in university degree that they do offer, because a part of a requirement for a chartered accountant is a university degree, and so from there onward, you would be required to write an entrance exam, which is called the CKE. That happens at the end of May, and once you pass that one-day exam, you would be enrolled in what they call the summer school. Summer school is a 1 month, the entire June. You will go to school. There's going to be the financial accounting topic, tax and auditing, information system, that will be covered within those courses within that 1 month period. After that, you would be writing the end of summer school exam. It's a one-day exam, and if you do pass that, then you'll proceed to the last stage, which is the UFE, the Uniform Final Exam. And that exam is a 3-day exam. It used to be 4, but a couple of years ago they did make it a little bit, shorten a little bit and make it a 3-day exam. So it's held near the end of September. So those are more of a case-based studies, and you spend 3 days basically writing exams back to back. And once you pass all that, then yeah, you would be required to be enrolled within a recognizable CA firm that's approved by the Institute of Chartered Accountant as a training ground, and to get the 30 months work experience, and within the 30 months to have the audit hours, the tax hour, etc. And once you have all that, then you would be qualified as a chartered accountant. So that's the stage for this the CA. For the CMA, there's a little bit of a different stream. They do have an accelerated program where you can basically enroll with a certain university, and they do have about a 2 years, usually a 2 year commitment if you are more of like a kind of after like if you work full time and doing the program part time. So it's like a 2 to 3 year program. It's a lot of case study and a lot of group exercise and presentation. So it's a little bit different than the CA stream. It's not as much exam. There's going to be more assignments, and within the program, you basically it's almost like going back to school part time and to complete that program for 2 to 3 year type of streams. It is a very recognizable degree, and it's more focused in the cost accounting and management accounting aspect within the organization, and it's definitely a great destination to have if you were to pursue a career in accounting. And the third major accounting destination within Canada is the Certified General Accountant, which is a great destination. The process is a little bit longer. It has 5 levels: the level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th level, which is called PACE level. And there is no set time frame. There's people that could complete it within 3 to 4 years, because mostly most people that go through this stream, they will be working full time and then doing the studies, and they do have an exam at each of the level. And some people may have a little bit more extensive commitment, so they might have to extend the program to up to maybe even 8 years to complete this destination. But again, the CGA is a very recognizable degree destination, and I would strongly encourage someone who's in the accounting professional to really consider either the CA designation, the CMA, or the CGA. And also, if there's any foreign accounting designated individuals, they would be recognized depending on the organization, but it's best, and I would do encourage that if you can find a reciprocity exam or some sort of a way to get a Canadian destination, that will definitely help your career to progress within the Canadian accounting job environment. So that's it for today with this segment, and I hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.